Hello everyone and welcome to my NRAAS tutorial video. So today I am bringing you guys an NRAAS tutorial with Create a Sim. Now you're probably wondering, okay, so what NRAAS tutorial is that? What even is remotely that? Like, let's talk about it, let's discuss it. So basically, as you can see right here, we have a sim as plain as usual, normal, very normal. And it's just kind of to get very enhanced features on the face. Like, so basically you take a slider and you can move that slider up by how many times you want it to. I usually move mine up to two times, but you can always move it up to 3 times, preferably if that's what you want. Also to compact clothing in Create a Sim as well, also to sort clothing as well as layer makeup. So you need 2 things for this to work, and one is master controller. You need the master controller module, like just the base one, and the other one, well, there's 2 of them that I think you both need for this to work along with it, and one is cheats and one is like integrated. I think that's the name of it. I might be completely wrong, but those are the 2 modules that you'll need for this to work in Create a Sim. So let's get started. So we're going to first go down here to the 3 little buttons down here where the option is at, and you're going to right click it. So once you right click it, an NRAAS menu will appear. So in this NRAAS menu, you can see all these lovely settings. Now we're gonna only be concerned with just a few, and actually quite a few, and that's just because there are kind of a lot of things you have to change in here to kind of get access to the things that you want. So we're gonna first start with max sliders and cast. So with this, let's say you install custom sliders. I have custom sliders installed in my game, and some of you guys might have custom sliders installed in your game. So you can see that the base number is at 100. Now I know I have more than 100 sliders, like custom sliders, in my game, and that's not because like a whole bunch of them are just like there to be there. Like I have more than 100, and I use pretty much every single last one of them when I'm creating sims, like in my downtime, or just creating sims for YouTube. So you see that this number here is 100, meaning that that's the only, Create a Sim is only allowing for 100 sliders to be used or / usable for this. So I like to set mine pretty high just in case. I set my number actually to 5,000, which is, yes, a high number. I don't have that many sliders, but I set it that high because it's like a sweet spot number. You're setting it to your maximum amount, and it helps because you're not having to guesstimate how many sliders you actually have in your game. You're just setting it to 5,000 because it's like, well, that's a sweet spot. It knows that you don't have that many, but it likes to think that you do, so it allows literally every single last slider, custom or not, to be usable in Create a Sim. So the next setting that we are going to go to is multiple accessories per location. So what this means basically is that if I were to go to the accessory tab in the clothing options, that I could only have 1 accessory per location. So that means the eyes, the ears, the wrist area, and as well as like the stocking / socks areas. So what this means is, let's say you want a sim to wear some stockings or some socks, and you also have like tattoos, custom tattoos installed, and they're using like the same place module to be placed on the body. You can mark both at the same time. So I'm gonna hit multiple accessories per location and allow that to be true. The moment that you do that, you can now have multiple accessories per location, which is a complete lifesaver if you ask me. Next, we are going to be moving on to multiple makeup per location. Now, what this does is that it allows for your Sims to have multiple makeup items like in different areas. So with the blush area, the lips, the eyeshadow, eyeliner, and then also the costume makeup section, if you have like contacts and let's say you put braces on your Sims, or like a tooth fix or teeth fixed over your Sims like default teeth, and this is what you're gonna check. So this is also how in the Jade Creative Sim I had Jade wear 2 different lipsticks, lip glosses. I had her wear a lip gloss on the bottom layer and a lipstick on the upper layer to give an overline of her lips so that they look very like plump and juicy. And yeah, so you're gonna hit true on that, and once you hit true, now that is allowed and you can go in there and just play around and use different makeup. So I could use an eyeliner and S-Club lashes so the Sim's face doesn't look completely barren. So next we are going to be moving on to show in compact form accessories. Now I'm skipping over a part, but I will come back to it. I always do that one last, but getting into this one, compact form for accessories, clothing, and hats, what this does is that it allows for each section to load a bit faster. And what I mean by that is that when you pull up menus and basically in Creative Sim, your accessories load 3 swatches, your clothing loads 3 swatches, your hats in the hat accessory area, hats with accessory area basically loads 3 swatches, or however many swatches EA created for that base hair, or how many swatches a custom content creator created for that said hair. So you are going to make all of these true. You're going to hit compact form for accessories to true. You're going to hit clothing and compact form to true. You're going to hit compact hats form, to true. And that's the 3 in that area. Now these are kind of like personal ones from here on out to, well, for me personally, and you guys can use these if you want as well. So you see here where it says show numeric slider value. So basically when you go into the slider section, there will be numbers that will show up, and if you're like me and you don't really care for the numbers to be there, because it's basically to mark how many ticks you move the slider across. So you have negative ticks and positive ticks, and so let's say you move it 15 ticks to the right, you're gonna have positive ticks, so meaning you moved a Sims feature so many ticks, and it's gonna show that. And I get a little annoyed / overwhelmed because I don't really care for the numbers being there, so I disable that by hitting false on show numeric slider value. And once that's done, those numbers will no longer appear. Now I'm going to be providing pictures for this while, kind of like over this while I'm talking, to show you what I'm specifically talking about, because I know this is kind of confusing if I don't show you guys pictures, because yeah, things do get confusing when you're not specifically told what to do. But we're going to be moving on to the last 3 sections of the settings for Creative Sim, and one of the 2 that you can kind of combine together is slider multiple body and slider multiple face. Now these are what I was talking about in terms of, this is how I get more slider limits in terms of everything. So you're going to hit the body one, so this changes any of the body sliders in basic and any body sliders in looks. Like, so let's say you have a butt slider and that's under the mouth category and looks in the look section. This goes with it because it's still a body slider regardless of it not being in the basic section. So I've moved mine up to 2 times because this allows for me to get more features and body shapes, because a base slider can only give you so much, and I feel like I want more diversity when it comes to how my Sims bodies look, and so I turn that up to 2. And I'll say I do the same thing for facial. Facial allows for everything to be more I guess, exact in terms of everything. So I turn that up to 2 as well. And it says basically right here, enter the multiple by which to increase the range of all facial sliders, and that's by 2. And then the last thing that I do completely in here is parts sort order. Now, this is probably the biggest one that I use because I like my stuff to be sorted out like specifically. So what this does, it organizes literally your custom content in one section and all the EA stuff in another section. So there are 3 options. EA standard is what you're gonna get if you have custom content and expansion packs and stuff packs enabled in your game, and you're gonna have like a mixed integrated system of where you have custom content and hairs or like clothing overlap each other in the well, basically in each menu. So meaning you'll have some custom hairs with some EP hairs, and you're like, I don't kind of like that, because you're searching forever trying to find everything. This also, the cool thing about this too, is that let's say you installed a store hair as a package file, it still sorts that hair as store content regardless of it still being a package file. That's why I also love this feature. So there are also 2 other options. Custom at top means that all your custom content hairs will be at the top, and then all your expansion pack hairs will be at the very bottom. Or this is the setting that I use, which is custom at bottom, meaning that all my custom content hairs are literally at the bottom of the thing, or all my custom content clothing is at the bottom, all my shoes are at the bottom, and it just helps because then I know what I'm looking for because it's in a specifically organized section. So I hit custom at bottom to really find everything, and it's going to make your menu look like this so you can really kind of see all of these lovely features here. So once I am done with that, I simply just hit the check mark, and it's going to take a minute to take to your game depending on how fast your game runs or how fast your PC runs. So we're going to be sitting here waiting for just a second because it's just trying to make all those changes in Creative Sim while you are basically in here. And usually you could be able to tell when it's done when a sim starts breathing or smiling again, and I have a standstill mod in my game, so I can't really tell until here in a second. Usually I have the basics tab opened up and I look at the little like supernatural area to tell whether or not when something is done. So mine's taking a minute because yeah, my computer just doesn't like for me to record and be in The Sims at the same time, but I make it work. So once it's done, you will probably be able to move your sim. That's the most important thing. But we're gonna kind of go through, I'm gonna kind of show you what I'm talking about in each section of everything as soon as this loads. So I'm gonna actually cut so that no, never mind, it loads actually pretty fast, so that's good. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys kind of what I'm talking about. So let's start in the looks area. So with the looks area, you could literally go to any section of this to kind of like test it out and to see if it's working. So as you can see, there are no numerical values on any of my sliders at the top, so that's like one that gets rid of that just annoying number system that they have for cast. So let's go to the sim height slider, because this will be a good one to show it off. So normally you probably be able to go to this max, or normally you'll probably be able to go to this as the shortness. But with my sliders being up 2 times, I can move it all the way down here, which would basically, I think this is kind of like a child's height. Or I can move it all the way up, which this is like super tall, and I'd probably never make a sim that tall. But I can move it that far up, or just basically leave it in the middle. And yeah, and I do apologize if you guys hear anything in the background. My house is literally thin walls everywhere, so I do apologize for that. But then let's go to head size, which this is probably one of my favorite sliders, because I feel like like EA's heads that they have for The Sims 3 are just too big. I feel like they're more like bobblehead shaped. So what I do is I come to the head slider and I just take it almost all the way down and kind of give my Sims a smaller head. I cannot speak. But then after that, I could go in here and just adjust more. I also like to use the arm length slider. I know you guys have probably seen me use it in my Brad's Creative Sims, so we can shorten that up a little bit. So as you can see, my sliders are all working in this section, which, I mean, when you have it up to 5,000, each slider is going to work because your game knows you don't have that much, but it's still gonna allow you to literally use each and every slider. So let's go over to the makeup section and I'll show you guys pretty much how I layer everything. Let's just layer some lip products because that's the easiest way that's like literally the area, one of the biggest areas that I layer stuff, as well as the blush category. So we're gonna go over to the blush category first. And usually in this category, I layer face shine, a nose mask, if my sim wants to have freckles or has freckles, I'll put custom freckles on in here. I would also put shadowing on faces to really give them that depth and personality. So let's go over to a nose mask. Let's just pick one. Let's pick strawberry. I really like the strawberry nose mask. So as you can see here, I'm gonna just recolor it real quick so that it matches. So let's see if I can get this. Let's see. I might be able to get it. I'm trying to see. I'm like working off 2 PCs right now while I'm trying to do this. And that looks about good for me. So after that, I go up here to some mouth corners and I put mouth corners on to make the Sims lips really pop. And as you can see, the mouth corners and the nose mask is on at the same time, meaning that they have layered successfully. And then let's just put on some face shine, another one of my favorite things, and just keep the face shine on. I usually turn the opacity to about the middle, and see all 3 products in the blush category are on the face at this same exact time. So let's go over to lip stick and like the lip products area. Now usually what I do specifically is I layer like a lip stick and a gloss together to really give that cute matte effect. So we're going to layer my favorite lip product, which is linked, if you guys go on my Tumblr, with my Jade sim and also my Yasmin sim. I just realized I really do love this lipstick. It's like one of my favorites. So you're gonna start anywhere really, and I'm just gonna kind of do the peach kind of color, and you could do all lips like this, but then I kind of turn the last one down a little bit because that's like really the outer portion of the lip. You can also do this part, but that's gonna just kind of overtake it, or you can do this part and that kind of outlines the lip a little bit more. And then we're gonna just find a simple gloss, and this is my favorite gloss right here too, so I'm using it as well. And it kind of goes right over it, but it's not the same exact color or close to it. So then this is what I do. I kind of make it that closeness and color, and then look, boom, you have layered color lip gloss. Like you have kind of like a custom lip gloss now, or a lipstick now, because you've layered 2 things together. So then yeah, I'm going to cut and load up my hairs because they do take a minute to load because I have so many. So I will see you guys once they are loaded up. So let's get into the hairs, shall we? So now they finally loaded up, which it didn't take as long as I thought, but it still took a minute. Let's start at the top. So as you can see, we have Into the Future hairs at the tippity top because this is the last expansion pack to come out for The Sims 3. Then you have movie stuff right after, then I'm in Paradise, University, 70s, 80s, and 90s stuff, Supernatural, Seasons, Showtime, Master Suites, Pets, Town Life, Generations, oh god, is it Backyards? Is it Backyard? What is it? I haven't had this stuff pack that long to really remember the specific name. I use a website to get all my Sims 3 games for discounts. So if you guys ever want discount games or discount expansion packs or stuff packs for the Sims 3, let me know and I can send you guys a link to the website. The website's official, so you have nothing to worry about. And I only paid for I paid for 3 stuff packs and got them for, I think, $15. Yeah, I paid about $15 in total. The only stuff pack I do not have is Katy Perry Sweet Treats, so I do want that one. I know it's like really not going to benefit me, but I still want it. It's my guilty pleasure. Anyway, but then we have late night, fast lane stuff, ambitions, high and loft, and then all the base game hairs, and then my store hairs, or any hairs that I install with the launcher, and then as well as other store hairs you see as package files that fall right in line with the rest of them. And then it really does get into my custom content hairs down here at the bottom, and here's all of them. So as you can see, all of them are loaded in, like I said, in a specific order, as you can see, and they're not like scattered all over the place. They are just nice and neat, and I prefer that because I do not like having my stuff like all out of whack, because it makes finding things 10 times harder. And yeah, I just don't like it. I don't like having my stuff scattered everywhere, because it makes my head hurt trying to find something, and I'm like, I just installed it, but no, I know where all my custom hairs are at. You know, they're all down here at the bottom. I have nothing to worry about. They all exist. They all exist as a whole. And yeah, so this also does apply, I believe, let's see, yeah, it does apply with eyebrows. Forgot about this. It applies itself with eyebrows as well, meaning all eyebrows are at the top and then custom ones are at the bottom. So what I mean by that is that all eyebrows that come with the base game are at the tippity top, and then all my custom ones are at the bottom. Now with clothing, it does the same exact thing. So if I were to load up my clothing, you'd literally see it the same way that my hairs were laid out. All clothing that comes with any expansion packs or stuff packs or store content literally load first. So it's expansion packs and then stuff packs wherever they lie. So if movie stuff came out right after Into the Future, so go Into the Future, movie stuff, Island Paradise, and then so forth and so on. And then store content, and then also what's it called? And then my custom content at the bottom. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. I mean, I'm showing you guys pictures anyway of it, so you guys kind of get an understanding of what I am talking about here. So I think that's all my kind of like tips and tricks right now. I will export my settings for my Creative Sim for you guys, so you guys can just put them in your library folder, load up your game, and then you can just export them into your game, so you guys don't have to worry about actually having to manually do this, unless you want to change something like the sliders only being on 1 times, because I know sometimes having your sliders on 2 times can make you not really like the exaggerated features or anything high. Or if you want them higher, you can set them higher. If you want them low, you can set them lower. The one thing I also love about the body slider, I have to show you, it's in the basic area because it's with literally the body, because now you can really make like bigger Sims and all that other stuff. Like you can really make your Sims kind of have the weight you want them to have on their body. So let's load up little basics area real quick. So you can see all her sliders are on normal. Now, if a Sim already has like predestined sliders like this right here on my screen, if you like do anything, I think it does kind of, no, I thought it did. Well, see, as you can see, like right about here, this is when Sims start to get bigger, and then you can go as big as you want to, literally as huge as you want to, which is also terrifying because the Sim looks like it's just about to rip out of its clothes. But you can go as big as you want. You can go as muscular as you want. So if you really want a muscular sim, there it is right there with sliders on 2 times. You can go as defined, which you can kind of see the defined features up here in the neck area and all that other stuff. You can go with the chest, I think, yeah, as big as you want, but I don't think you would ever want to sim with that big of boobs unless you want to tell a storyline about botched boob surgery. So yeah, or you could go as flat chested, which it kind of goes inverted, so I wouldn't go super flat chested. I'd probably go about maybe there if you want to go super flat chested. But yeah, too flat chested would just basically make it like inverted, so just kind of be careful with how you use these sliders as well, because you don't want to break the sim, you know, make the sim look all crazy and what have you. So that is all, everyone. I will see you guys again on Monday with a creative sim of another rat stall, and I'm going to I'm gonna just roll a number between 1 and 100. If it's 1 to 50, then that means I'm creating Sasha. If it is 51 or higher, I am creating Chloe. So we will see what we get. Now, I'm also probably going to include some other girls from the Brat series in my creative sims. Plus, maybe some boys. Maybe Dylan and Cameron or Ethan will make a cameo in said creative sim series. And I will see you guys also on Wednesday with another speed build. And then I will see you guys again on Friday with another either world review, a mod, or a tutorial on how to do something. So that is all for now. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.